when we're live.
Well, you might want to check it now because we should be live right now.
Whoa. Yeah, no, it never
Topical.
tells me. It never tells me when anyone I'm following is online. And I have the app, and it used to. I don't know, and I've checked it several times. Everything should be good, but
I mean, I still get emails when we go live, but
I never did email ones, but I always wanted like notification, push notifications, alerts.
I think you can actually set it up so that you get like a text whenever a channel you want to follow goes live. I believe that is a setup, or you have to
I
use like
just
an external site to do that.
I just want it to work properly, like it should. So I
Well,
don't know what's up with that.
you're asking for too much in the
Yeah,
modern age.
I guess so. It's only 2016. But this is a podcast. We're
Yep,
here.
we're here. Luke is in the
What's been
chat.
going on with
She's
you?
saying hi. Not much. Been got over my cold, so just catching up on work and streaming.
That's good. That's good. I've been doing my taxes.
Oof, yeah, I have to get mine done very soon.
Yeah, I think they're due
So,
next week.
do you have to file double taxes? Like, do you have to do U.S. and Canadian, or just U.S.?
No, not anymore. The first year I was here, I had stuff from both, but I haven't done anything in Canada,
Mm,
so like I don't have an employer there or anything. So
yeah.
just American taxes.
Okay. Yeah. American taxes end the 15th, right?
I think it's the 14th or
Okay.
15th.
Yeah. Canada has to the end of the month, so I've got a little bit longer. But I have to worry about going to PAX East, so I still got to get it done around the same time, anyways.
Yeah, I just use like TurboTax
You have the luxury of doing that. I don't anymore. Mine's a little too complicated now. So
because you're like self-employed.
yeah, I have like a GST number and everything. So
I don't know what that means, but I feel like TurboTax would probably still be able to help out self-employed people, no?
it probably, but I'd rather just deal with an accountant at this point.
Okay. Uh, that probably costs more in the long run, I'm assuming, because you have to like pay an accountant.
Yeah.
Is that how it works?
That's the trade-off. But they might
Yeah,
be able to actually save you money. So,
that's true. Yeah. Well, I mean, I shouldn't be saying TurboTax is all that good because so this is the first year I have to pay taxes, which surprised me. Because I usually just get like a bunch back, which is
yeah.
what I was expecting, but no, I have to pay this year, which is, and I went through the thing twice, so I have to pay a little bit. It's a very small amount, but in trying to do that, they're like, okay, here, just for added security, we need like ID verification. So it's like, put in your driver's license or your state ID card. I don't have a state ID card, but I have my driver's license from Canada.
Hmm.
So, I type all that in, but they need to know what state it was issued in. So
The state of Canada.
Yeah, but it's a drop down list. Like I can't just type whatever I want
Mm.
there. So I'm literally stuck not being able to pay this. Um, so they're actually supposed to be phoning me back at any moment. So I might have to like mute my mic
So you
and
picked a
ask
good
them.
time for us to have the podcast. Got it.
I wanted this to be done with, and then I just was getting so frustrated. I was like, I want this done with immediately, but I don't know. It's been
Well,
like half an hour, and they still haven't phoned me back.
well, don't worry. It's looking like a quick podcast tonight. So let's get straight to it. Top down perspective. Today is April 7th. I'm John. Sean's here as well.
Yeah, Paul's not here for family reasons again.
Yeah, Paul is still falling out of an airplane while swinging a cowboy hat over his head while he's wearing a baseball cap.
Okay.
He's known for that.
Yep.
Let's talk about games. What'd you play?
Okay, what did I play? So, I started up Stardew Valley.
Okay.
I've only played like 30 minutes, but I really want to put more time into it.
Yeah, everyone's been going crazy for this game lately.
Yeah, um, I'm not the biggest, I don't know, Harvest Moon person just because I haven't played a lot of them. I think I've only played one, and it was one for the GameCube.
There was like a couple on that system.
Yeah, but this one was like a re-release of another one that was on the GameCube, but in this version you could play as a girl now.
Oh,
And they
so yeah, this is like Another Wonderful Life or something like that.
something like that. Yeah, they just like added a word to the subtitle. So, which was probably another in this case. That's the only Harvest Moon I've played. And I honestly didn't play it a ton of it, but I love Animal Crossing, which is basically Harvest Moon, if we're, being honest here. So, yeah, I just started that up, and it's already just daunting,
Mm.
because there's just so much like you can do. There's
So
just so
so
much
is
things to
Harvest
take
Moon.
care of. Yeah, and that's just daunting, and I need to try and like get over that. Like I think this happens often with me with open world games or it just seems like intimidating because there's so much, and I just need to like focus on like one thing. It's like, hey, I'm going to deal with just this, and then I'll branch out into the other stuff. Um, and also coming into it like this late, it just seems like, well, why don't I just look everything up? But I don't want to look everything up, so it's just, yeah, I don't know. I gotta get out of my own head about this. Yeah, but anyways, I've only played like 30 minutes. The music's great, I can say that,
Mm.
and it's charming as hell. Um, any interest on your part?
I'm into Harvest Moon, so I've thought about playing it. I haven't yet. I actually haven't bought it yet. Reese was super into it. She streamed it a bunch. She plays it a bunch. I think she might even still be streaming it, like she's doing that in Pokemon. But it looks really cool. I just don't know if I want to put that much time into something right now.
Yeah, I
Although,
mean, I don't plan
yeah,
to put that much time into it. Games will be coming down the pipe. Although now that I think about it, I don't think there's anything like really on the horizon that I'm dying to play.
well,
I don't
I
know what
mean,
that.
I picked up
that
Quantum Break today, so I'll probably start playing that soon.
Oh, okay, okay, yeah, you definitely should play that. I guess it's so weird with that game because I got it so early.
Mm.
It just feels like it's in the past, like it's not worth talking about anymore.
Yeah,
But this is actually the first podcast where I can say anything I want about that game.
yeah, because it came out Tuesday officially.
Well, and but the embargo was up like a couple hours after our last show, and I had it like at least a week, maybe 2 weeks before that show. So it just Anyways, I did write my review. It's up on Comic Book Bin and whatnot. Um, I love that game so much. I've been seeing the general. I think the Metacritic's around 70,
75.
75. Yeah, so that's a decent score, not amazing. I just gave it like full score. 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10, whatever you want to do, 100%. Because I enjoyed that the whole way through. People are asking me in the chat, what do you think about the mixed reviews everyone else is giving it and the issues they're dealing with? So I haven't been reading a lot of reviews. I know Giant Bomb was super down on it. I think they have the lowest score.
Ooh.
They did a 2 out of 5, which would have been 40 on Metacritic. Um, uh, and some of the things I just kind of don't agree about, like they're saying all the FMV just seems kind of useless because it's not main character stuff. But I was still interested in it, and that stuff wraps in near the end of the game with your characters and whatnot. Um, I think a lot of it was just kind of how unique and yeah, I guess unique this storytelling was, for a video game, really got to me. Um, and I guess I was just enjoying it enough that I could look past some of the weird like gun control faults and whatnot. So I mean, I hope you're I
Into
hope
it?
you're yeah, I hope you like it. I hope when you start playing it, and I hope it draws you. I would say at the very least, finish the first chapter and watch the FMV thing. Don't give up before then if you aren't feeling it.
All right. I will
Um,
give it a shot.
yeah,
I just
but
opened it, so.
yeah, I think that's what I saw you were bringing up on the camera. Man, I'm so disjointed because I'm trying to like read chat and talk to it at the same time, which is not great.
Mm.
People in the chat seem to be into the game, it looks like, or at least one person in the chat. However, I have seen that game already like for $45 a round. So,
Wait, it had only been out for 2 days.
yeah, I definitely saw a promo code. You could get it for like $48 or something like that.
Jeez. Like American, I assume you mean.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that'd probably still like 65 here.
like $150 Canadian or
Yeah,
something.
roughly, more or less.
Yeah, about that. Um, Anyway, so what we're talking about, I've been playing some Stardew Valley. An iOS game I played is Prune,
Okay.
which popped up on my radar last year, kind of game of the year time. Some people had it on their lists. It was on sale this week, and so it's a pretty easy game. It's like a really relaxing game. There's not a lot of challenge to it, but how it basically starts is you swipe up from the bottom where I guess that's where the soil is, and like a little plant will start growing, and then you need to prune some of its branches, which will force the ones you haven't cut off yet to grow further. And you have to try and kind of aim it and point it in different directions, and ultimately you want to get it towards the sun so it can like blossom and have flowers and stuff like that. It's real simple, pretty short each level. But then they start adding different things like there'll just be like random red circles that if any part of your uh, tree or plant touches it, it starts to get infected. So you have to cut those parts off immediately, or the whole tree will just start dying. Or they'll have stuff that'll force the branches to grow in one way. So you actually want to use that so you can like curl it around something. And it was just $2, and the visual design is super nice. After every level, it says like, "Hey, do you want to take a screenshot?" And actually, at one point, I did because it looked so nice. Um, but yeah, super kind of flat looking. If anyone's played the game Hundreds on iOS, it might be on Android as well. That was a similar visual aesthetics, real flat coloring. It was in the Humble Mobile bundle that I mentioned a few weeks ago.
Okay.
If anyone had picked that up, and so yeah, it just went on sale on iOS, and that's when I grabbed it. But yeah, it's pretty fun. I'm enjoying it. I don't know how long it is. It's about 10 stages per chapter, and I'm on chapter 4, I think. So it's got a decent amount of stages for what I paid. And the last game I played this week was the second episode in Walking Dead Michonne. And I honestly just have like nothing to say about this. I kind of just don't care about these games anymore. And I mentioned that when I played the first episode that I'm just kind of tired of the Telltale Adventure games.
Yeah.
Um, so I'm just kind of like it's just I don't know if it's just too formulaic or just because I've played like all of them basically, or at least one episode of all of them. Minecraft is the only one I had not played all the way through, and I only played one episode of that. But this, I'm just like, okay, yeah, this is happening, and I don't know, my just interest level is so low. I'm wondering if I'll get some interest back when their Batman game comes out this summer, or if I'm just kind of done with it. I think I'm going to at least play like the first episode of stuff. Um, because they might do some interesting things, but I want to see if they push it ever. And right now they're not. But that's me. I'm interested in what you've been playing though.
All right. I am trying to find something here. But while I'm looking for that, played some more Mitomo, and I
I
used the
took that
word
off my phone.
I used the word played very loosely.
Yeah, I think I actually took that off my phone the day after we talked about it.
Yeah, because you
Because
said
at
how
one,
much space it was taking up.
yeah, and at one point I was trying to take like a photo, and my phone was like, "Oh, your phone's like totally full." And I was like, "What?" And Mitomo had jumped up to like 700 megabytes, and I was like, "You're done. That's out. Like, I'm tired of you."
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing new has been added for a week.
Did
It's
you
still the same.
do you have enough coins to get Twilight Princess Picross?
Yes, I've actually spent more time playing that than Mimoto.
Mitomo.
Yeah, Mitomo.
You played Miyamoto?
I've already forgotten the name of the game. That's how into it I was.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, there's like nothing new added. They finally changed one of the three drop machines for items. Now it's ninja stuff
Great.
instead
These
of
are
instead
like
of
aesthetic, like costumes.
yeah. So it's like ninja stuff instead
Okay.
of flower stuff.
Okay.
Uh, yeah.
Are you done with this?
I think I'm only gonna log in just to get more My Nintendo coins to buy more stuff. That's about it.
Is there anything you're currently wanting to buy now that you got the one thing?
No, but they also only just introduced My Nintendo like a week ago, so they'll probably put something interesting up there at some point that I'll be like, damn it, why don't I have coins for this?
Okay.
So just to be prepared. So, whoa, someone says there's 456 questions that you can answer. Someone's actually found the end of the amount of questions there are. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, the internet's out there. Sooner or later, we'll figure it out.
Yeah. So yeah, I did buy and downloaded Picross My Nintendo Twilight Princess. It's got like a weird fractured name. That is some Picross.
But only like a few levels, right?
45 regular puzzles, 45 Mega Picross levels, and one giant Mega Cross or whatever they're called.
Okay.
Cross, I think is what they're called. So not bad for free.
Yep, that's true. Yep.
Yeah. Other than that, we gave up playing Pocket Master / Super Evolution / Fantasy Monster / Elves Union.
This is interesting.
Uh,
What spurred this?
We hit a wall where we couldn't make any progress for weeks without spending money, and we didn't want to spend money anymore.
There you go. Yeah, that's good. That's a good
So,
reason.
and in the process of that, it changed its name again, and that's actually what some people heard dinging earlier was me attempting to find what it had changed its name to, but I can't find it anymore. Someone tweeted it to me, and then they deleted their tweet for some reason. Uh,
Wait, was it the one they tweeted to the
yeah,
podcast account?
yeah.
I just saw that, but I already logged out. Let me see if I can.
If it's still on there, because I'm
It
pretty
should still be
sure.
like I just saw that a second ago.
Yeah,
Let me see.
like I'm on the official group page for Pocket Master, and it doesn't say what the hell it's called anymore. I'm literally looking up on my phone. This is some hot podcast right now.
Yeah, I'm looking at your Magic Evolution.
No, is it Magic Evolution?
Yeah, because that's the person said, "Is this what I think it is?" And then you said it sure is, and the account.
That version is not on the Android store.
Yeah, no, it's on still on iOS. Magic Evolution.
Yeah, Magic Evolution is not in the Android store. So it's once again changing names.
I've been seeing a lot of ads for one of the other names for it, Mega Evolution, Super Evolution. I think it was Super Evolution I keep seeing.
That was like one of the
And
original names, yeah.
and the little descriptions are straight up just your Pokemans will evolve into humans.
Yeah.
What? Okay.
It's
Anyway.
ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Well, I
But
guess
yeah,
that's the end of our
updates on that. I'm sorry.
weekly updates.
I'm sure you guys were enthralled with how many times it changed names. I almost want to follow to see how many times it changes names. That's like, but I'm done playing that game.
Yeah,
Like,
that seems fair.
it's been about like 2 weeks straight, and we have not made any progress. People have been getting past us, and that's because they've been spending money. So it's just, it was fun while it lasted, but goodbye.
All right, there you go.
After all that, I also played Honeycam Studio.
Great.
Yep.
I saw that this was released last week.
Yes.
I watched that trailer. Half of that trailer is uncomfortable. The other half,
I did not even see the trailer.
oh, half of it is like anime boobs, and then the other half is what it actually is, a clicker.
Yeah, it is a clicker game. That's all it is.
Do you actually like how often in the game do you get your anime boobs on, or is it just a clicker? Because it looks
It's
like
just
it's just
it's just a
cityscape.
clicker. Literally, the only time you see those pictures, those boob pictures, is the loading screen, which is when it goes from the main menu to the game. And when you go into like you can pick their costume screen. If you've unlocked everyone's costumes, you get to see that loading screen picture for that character.
Okay, so you're never actually like
There's no
watching
actual
them be a
nudity.
cam girl?
No, there's no actual
Okay.
nudity in the game.
Well, I wasn't expecting that. I was just wondering, like, are you just like watching these anime girls
No,
be cam girls?
you're literally dragging their avatar to the Cam Studio, and that's it.
Yeah, so
Then
all
you-
you're looking at is just a cityscape, like
Yes.
a pixel art city. Okay, yeah. Do you like clickers? Are you into clickers?
Yeah, kinda.
Okay. How much time did you spend with Honey Pop Studio?
3 hours. That was enough time to beat the game 3 times because it's a time limit game.
Oh, okay.
So you have 21 in-game days, and you're rated on how many fans your company gets. So there's a bronze, silver, gold, platinum, and diamond trophy. I helped Reese play the first time because she was playing it because she got it, and then I watched it, and then she gifted me a copy. Then I
That was nice of her.
yeah. Then I played 3 rounds. I got gold on my first one, platinum on my second, and diamond on my third. So I've essentially beaten the game.
So what did you do differently? Just clicked faster, or was there any strategy involved?
A little bit. It's all about like making sure your girls are the same fetish, so they share fans. It's weird.
Okay.
So the
All
idea is
right.
like you get fans based on like what fetishes your girls like fit,
Okay.
and then like you can also
Like
add
one's a bondage girl or something?
yeah, like you can get items that turn them into bondage cam girls and stuff like that.
Okay.
So like you can get items to get all the girls to do that, and then they all build up the same fans, and then they all bring in more money, and then you use the money to buy more upgrades, and then you can bring in more girls, and it just keeps going like that.
I'm used to clickers never ending.
Yeah, this one you can play it as long as you want after the 21 days, but
Oh,
that's
sweet. Is there a survival mode?
no. There's no Dead Rising here. But the idea is you just get as many fans as you can by the end of 21 days, and after that, either start over or just muck around in the file.
So is there like a story?
No, the
Okay.
story is this girl runs a cam operation, and you just get a chance to run it.
Okay.
That is the closest thing to a story. Honey Pop was a lot more involved. It had a lot more to it. It took longer than 1 hour to finish a run of the game.
How
So
much is Honey Pop Studios?
$6, I think, 6 or 7 Canadian.
Okay. Is that an okay price?
Eh, yeah, I've seen worse for that price. It's all
Okay.
right. I had
All
fun.
right.
I enjoyed the game,
All
but
right.
it's just a cookie clicker with like a dirty like mindset to it. That's
Well, it's
it.
not even yeah, like it's literally just a mindset. It's not even like showing you that much.
Yeah, there's nothing that you'll get in trouble for really for showing it to your parents if you're like kind of like that.
Okay. So wait, maybe you were just playing it on suitable for work mode.
You're right. That was clearly it.
Did you check the options thoroughly?
No, I did not. I'll load the game up right now.
I mean, you really don't have to do that.
I
I
know.
was
I'm good.
all right. Did you
Yeah.
play anything else, or do
Um,
you have more to say?
just looking here. Nope, that's pretty much it. I might play your favorite game here in a bit. I don't know how well that's showing up on camera.
Hyrule Warriors Legends.
Yep.
I hear that game is terrible on the original 3DS.
Yes, which I'm almost curious enough to throw it into one of my old 3DSs to see how it runs.
You should. You should do both. Do a little comparison.
Yeah.
I'm told on the old original 3DS, you can't play in 3D, and
Yep.
it's just really and it's half the frame rate.
I heard it's like 15 or 20 frames per second. Yeah.
Nice. That's just weird. I don't even understand why you would put it out on the old 3DS.
I think
You
they probably only did that because people were complaining about the new 3DS. They're like, we don't have it. Make it so that we all of us can play it, and then as a result, they kind of shit the
But
bed
they're
a
just
little bit.
delivering an inferior product. Like even
Yeah,
if you end up getting it, you're not going to enjoy your time with it,
yeah, they really should have just made it a new thing like Xenoblade X or Xenoblade Chronicles rather.
or just not made it.
That too.
Isn't the
Uh,
girl from Link's Awakening in there?
no.
I think I no, I'm pretty sure I heard that she's gonna be in there or she's in there.
I mean, they might be because there's supposed to be more DLC characters, so maybe that's eventually going to be added. You sure
Yeah.
you're not thinking of Linkle?
No, I'm definitely not thinking of Linkle. I would have known that. I don't even. What's the girl's name? Marin or something?
Yeah, Marin or
Yeah, here we
Malin.
go. Uh, Marin from Link's Awakening coming to Hyrule Warriors Legends as DLC.
Cool.
I mean, didn't she just what? Marin was not even. She didn't even fight or anything.
No,
I'm
she just
curious.
sang.
Yeah, I'm curious
Oh
what
yeah,
her
wow.
like skill
They've got
set's gonna be.
renders of her already and everything. Holy shit.
I'm curious what her skill set will be.
It will
But that's just a
probably
nice cut. I like Link's Awakening. That was
be.
my I think that was my first Zelda game.
Yeah, that's a good choice. I mean, that's really the only notable character in that game.
I can think of Link.
I mean,
Is Zelda in that game?
no.
No, I didn't think. Yeah, I don't think so. Marin's the girl. I remember reading an interview that game, um, a lot of like reference points were from Twin Peaks.
I could see that. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense
Back
actually.
when I was watching it, that came up. Oh, Shadow Blades in the chat says the butterfly girl from Twilight Princess didn't fight either.
I mean,
That's
a
true, and
lot of
she's even more
characters. Yeah.
forgettable. Yeah, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, there you go. I don't know. It'll be all right, I'm sure. I'm curious to see who else they'll add to this game at this point.
I was looking at games coming out that I'm like interested in.
Mhm.
Because I was seeing how much time am I gonna be able to put Stardew Valley in.
Yep.
There's nothing really like Star Fox comes out, but I kind of don't care.
Star Fox is also going to be a quick playthrough.
Bravely Second comes out, which won't be a quick playthrough, but I
No.
kind of don't care.
I'm going to play through Bravely Second. We can see if they
I,
fix the
the end
problems.
of Bravely Default really soured me.
I'm a little worried
So,
because I heard like Japanese reviewers said it wasn't as good as the first, which kind of worries me. But they also might have gotten game fatigue by that point, so who knows?
Hyper Life Drifter is already out, which I really want to play, but
Mm.
yeah, nothing's really on the horizon. I guess maybe if you're into Battleborn,
A lot of people are.
or Pokemon Rumble World.
Yay.
All right, let's go on to a little bit of news. This is going to be such a short episode. Here we go. There's two things of news. Gears of War 4 is coming out on October 11th.
Yay.
I think there's a beta happening for that.
Soon. I think it's this month.
Let's see what this article says. It has a date right there that says beginning on April 18th, fans who've played Gears of War Ultimate Edition on Xbox One or Windows 10 will be able to join the beta on Xbox One, which will expand to all Xbox Live Gold members on April 25th.
All right, so what you're saying is I'm going to run Gears of War Ultimate tonight so I can get it on the beta before I go to PAX. Got it.
You never even turned it on?
No. Oh,
That's
shit. I leave the 18th. I can't play in the beta.
Well, I mean, you can. It opens up for everyone on the 25th. You can't play during a special time.
That is the day I come back.
Yeah, so you'll just have to play with everyone.
As long as it's not a one-day beta. God damn it, of course.
I doubt it. That's when they're opening it. I doubt they'd open it for one day to everyone.
You never know. That's what the Division kept doing.
I guess, yeah. Okay. Next bit of news is Telltale is getting into the publishing business. And they're bringing the hit survival game 7 Days to Die to PS4 and Xbox One. I've never even heard of this game.
Name sounds familiar.
Maybe the tagline will help you. A survival horde crafting game. So, just kind of all of it. Just all of the games. Survival horror crafting game. It looks like Left 4 Dead.
This looks really familiar. Yeah, I feel like I've seen this before.
Did it come out on Steam or something? Hang on.
It is probably on Steam.
I am not.
It says hit survival games. So that means it got released somewhere.
Oh, hang on. This is not the first time Telltale has published a game. They published the Jackbox Party Pack.
What?
Yeah. With Telltale Publishing, we seek to bring the best and most innovative games in their genre to new audiences, beginning this last November with the amazing Jackbox Party Pack. We are constantly on the lookout for outstanding games that we can help get to even more players. I guess the developers of 7 Days to Die are called the Fun Pimps. And they have redefined the survival game, blending crafting, character growth, and world building to create an experience that has already absorbed 1.5 million PC users worldwide.
All right, well,
so, yeah, I guess it's on Steam.
Clearly playing it, yeah.
So that's coming to retail copies. There you go. All right. I had completely forgotten that they were part of the Jackbox Party Pack. But, I'm sure we actually probably talked about that, because that seems like something I would have talked about. Looks like no one in the chat also remembered that either. All right, that's it for news. We're going to move on to questions. If people in the chat have questions, please throw them our way, because we have 2 questions. And if people want to send in questions for next week, topdownperspective@gmail.com, at TDP Podcast, or the Facebook page. Just search Top Down Perspective, or send stuff to John's P.O. Box. It's always fun.
Just to point out about 7 Days to Die, it is an early access game on Steam.
Okay. Well, there you go.
It came out in early access December 13th, 2013. So I guess by now it's pretty much good to go.
2013?
Yeah, December 2013. But still.
That's still over 2 years in early access.
So that probably means it's pretty good to go.
Why is that not out?
That's what the publishing thing is, obviously.
Why is it not on Steam, like for reals?
Does it even say what the release date is that they're publishing this out?
Oh, when the retail one comes out?
Yeah, I'm not seeing a date in this article.
June. All it says is June. It's in the headline as well.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I mean, that's close to soon.
That's just still crazy. Like, why was it in early access for so long on Steam and not just out?
I don't know. Either way, emails and questions.
Yep. All right, I'll read this first one. Bruce says, you clear out a room full of enemies and reach a checkpoint. You see a door leading to a small room. Upon entering the room, the door closes shut behind you. Suddenly, the screen goes completely black with only your character visible on the screen. That's when it appears, the boss. It doesn't even have to be a giant boss or anything. What's important is that when the screen goes black, you know you shouldn't mess around with this enemy. I love moments like this in games. The build up to a boss fight. Sometimes it's the staircase to Dracula from Rondo of Blood. Other times it's the hallway from Mega Man games. You know the fight is going to happen. It's just the game's way of building up the tension before you fight a powerful enemy. So anyway, my question is, what's your favorite build up to the boss moments?
Uh, Metal Gear Solids is pretty good.
Are you thinking
Numer-
of the latter? 'Cause that's what I initially
I
thought.
I like the latter, but that is my favorite boss in the game. You're
That
right.
is my favorite Metal Gear boss. I feel like that's both a boss and like a lead up to a boss.
I mean, I think it actually happens after a boss.
Oh, you're right. The fire guy, right?
Either the fire guy or the sorrow, one of the two. No,
No,
the
no, because
sorrow
the
is
Sorrow
is
is
where
a
you jump
different.
off the waterfall. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where you're like where you die, um, and all that craziness. You know, die or whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, no, it's the fire dude because you're down in like the sewers or whatever, and you have to come out. Metal Gear Solid 3 is awesome.
Metal Gear Solid 3 is pretty good.
That's the one that initially jumped into my head. I'm trying to think of. Um, Quantum. I'm just trying to think of games I played recently. Quantum Break doesn't have any kind of special lead up.
Yeah, I'm blanking on that too, honestly.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess we're both going with ladders.
Ladder's the correct answer.
I'm gonna quickly read this one in the chat before it gets pushed away.
Okay.
Shadowblades asks, "What do you think about Batman v Superman supposedly still not making back its cost and pushing back WB movie releases?"
I mean, it doesn't surprise me, I guess. They
I
just
didn't actually hear anything got pushed back. I guess I missed that.
yeah, apparently like Wonder Woman's getting pushed forward and some others or no, Wonder Woman got pushed back and there's two more announced in the wings or something weird like that. Something happened.
I know they had a bunch of movies announced because they had like Justice League Part 1 and 2, Cyborg was announced, Flash,
Hmm.
Aquaman, all that. They were all announced. I didn't hear the article about them getting pushed back, but I guess I just don't care because I didn't like Batman v Superman.
I don't know. I still have yet to watch it. At this point, I think I'm gonna miss it while it's in theaters.
Well, it's probably gonna be in theaters for a while. But yeah, I think I heard like second weekend it was open, it was like a 60% drop in sales.
Oof.
So I guess all the comic book nerds, they got them out of the way in the first weekend.
What
Um,
was its budget?
I don't know its budget. We could look that up. Box Office Mojo. Probably a lot though. Like,
250 million USD.
are you on Box Office Mojo?
No, I literally typed in Batman v Superman budget and Google gave it to me.
I'm
It
gonna
do-
see how
it,
much
do-
it's
it doesn't
made
say how
so
much
far.
it's earned.
Batman v Superman.
Although I
It's
found
not.
another article that says its budget is 410 million, so I don't know what to trust.
Box Office Mojo says that its budget was 250 million, and so far, oh, actually, so far worldwide, it's made over 700 million.
So it's
So
made its budget back.
like three times. So I'm not sure what was going on. I would be surprised if it didn't make its budget back. It's a Batman movie and it's a comic book movie. Those things do very popular.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, domestic alone, box office as of April 6th, it's made 270 million. So
Yeah, yeah, 263 million domestic and 434 international. It's made more than Man of Steel because that made about 668 million worldwide. I don't know.
anyway, I would like to see the Wonder Woman movie because that was the best part of that movie. So
A lot of people
uh,
said that.
But I'm always for good comic book movies. You know, I still don't know what to think about Suicide Squad. I
I
guess we'll
heard
see.
I heard they're reshooting it to make it funnier.
I also read that article. Who knows?
I have a feeling basically they've realized Marvel movies seem to be what most people want right now.
I can't wait for Civil War.
Isn't that
End of
next
the
week? No,
end of
that's
the
beginning of the month. Beginning of the month.
beginning of May. Yeah. So I'm still looking forward to like a fun, like not just dark movie. Spider-Man's gonna be there. Oh, it's gonna be
But
so
it's gonna be
good.
so weird because it's like one of the more serious topics they've dealt with in these movies.
Still coming out of Batman v Superman, this is gonna seem like like laughter, like pure laughter.
Hmm.
So I can't wait for that. All right, want to do that next question in the doc?
For sure. Next one comes us from Thomas that says, "If you were a food, what would you be?"
I think I would be like,
Stale bread,
why would you be stale bread?
because I'm stale bread.
I was gonna say like for myself, like chicken breast, like because I eat a lot of chicken breast. So that's yeah, and it's good for you.
Mm. I'm a
Um,
cheese pizza.
do you have any reasoning for this? Do you eat a lot of cheese pizza?
No, I don't like cheese too much on my pizzas.
You don't like cheese?
I like cheese, but I don't like too much. I always get extra sauce and then light cheese. That's what I do with my pizzas.
That's crazy. I would never want
It's
that.
enough cheese to bring it all together, but it gives you the extra sauce to give it the kick.
I don't. The less sauce, the better.
Then why are you eating pizza?
Well, no, I mean I want some sauce, but I don't want that much sauce. Um, Someone in the chat is saying I emailed a question in two, but I don't have it. Oh wait, hang on. Yes, I do. Why did that get overlooked? Okay. Um, Back to what we were talking about. You always order extra cheese. That's just I always do that. You got to do
No,
that because more
nah,
cheese the better.
nah.
Anyway, I'm gonna quickly scan this to make sure it's an okay question.
What?
Okay, this seems fine. This
Okay.
one's from Glenn. Hey guys, I bet you already have the news stories regarding the rumored PlayStation 4K and Xbox One and a half, and I'm not sure I'm down with system upgrades being sold to me in a way I have to buy the system again. I think back to the older console add-ons like the Sega 32X and the Nintendo 64 Double D, and wonder if these mid-generation upgrades have ever made the gamer say, yes, yes, this is exactly what I want to see. So here's my question. As a consumer, what do you think you would prefer? Gross physical add-ons like the toilet-shaped Jaguar, or rebuying a current console with the word new slapped in front?
I don't want either. They're both fucking terrible.
I don't think they're terrible. I mean, people buy phones every year.
I guess.
People buy new iPads every couple years, right?
The only reason I bought a new 3DS was because mine was starting to wear out because it was a launch one, and like the battery life was abysmal compared to it.
Well, well, okay. So there was one part you didn't like about it. So what if the new Xbox was slimmer?
I mean, I like the PS2 Slim. I just and I here here's a better example. I like the other two models of the PS3, but I still have the chunky one, and I haven't bought another one because it still works.
Right. I was just trying to think of like what's a negative about like the Xbox that you would like to see streamlined. Similar to the 3DS, you didn't like the battery life, and they addressed that.
Yeah.
Um, what if they used more power in their like standby state? I know I would like that. I would like if they were also quieter,
Mm.
especially in the standby state. It's always weird when I'm walking through the living room and I hear like, the circuits going or whatever, and I'm like, wait, did I leave that on? Oh, no, it's just doing its thing.
I don't know. I would be more content if it was just like, all right, we either leave it as is and then just move on to a new thing, or like if it's like a small add-on that doesn't look disgusting on the system, like the 32X did, like the Jaguar CD did. Maybe it's not a big deal, but like I would much rather we just got a new console. I don't like when like revisions of the hardware segregate the market. And it never
So
seems to work out well. Like the DSi was pointless,
the new 3DS is pointless.
pretty much.
Um, but that's what you would still prefer is you want those seemingly pointless up jumps
I
instead of like a new box, like a
I'd
little like
I'd
a side
rather I'd
box.
rather a new system. I'd rather they just didn't even bother and just waited till the new system.
Oh, so you don't want any kind of like half step.
No, half steps are dumb.
But what if it makes the games look and play better?
Okay, but how much is it going to be? Is it going to be half the price of a new system?
That's the
That's
question. That's
another
like
thing you have to
I
keep in
don't know.
mind. Because
I
like
don't know.
for that, the new 3DS was the same price as the 3DS technically. Uh, well, okay, now there was that price cut, but yeah, like you know what I mean.
Right. One thing that I think about is back when the 360 was out, they had an update for I think this I don't know if this was with the new Xbox experience or if it was after it, but they let you install games
Mm-hmm.
and the system ran way faster and like silent if you were playing an installed game. And if they had like that was I loved that. I
Oh,
absolutely loved that feature. And it was a software.
software upgrades are
No,
fine.
no, it was a software. But I'm just saying, if that was tied to a hardware upgrade, like I might have seriously considered like I will buy the add-on for like something that
For
useful.
something that makes like the system whisper quiet.
Yeah,
I feel like you can make an argument for that. But I don't know.
but
I still think it's like the price is the other question too. The price I think is really the key factor.
yeah, no, for sure. And it also comes down to like when you think of like phones and how they do it, there's plenty of apps that are like this only works on like for iOS, for example, this only works on iOS like 6 and up. And it's like, well, barely anyone's on those old iOS systems anyway. Uh, so it would be different. Are they going to do the iPad model of a new iPad every year, or is it going to be like every 3 years? Because if it's getting like that far apart, then that becomes more of a sell, for me at least. And that also changes like if a game comes out that says no, this only works on, the Xbox One second, and it doesn't work on the Xbox One. Well, that's going to suck right now.
Hmm.
Um, And if they do that every year, that would definitely suck. But if they do it every like 3 years or so, and they're cutting it off, that's a little more manageable because I don't need to keep up with it every year. It'll last me a bit longer.
I
So
don't know.
I guess we'll just have to see. I don't even know.
E3 is going to be interesting this year where they announce those half steps if they're true. I'd imagine the PlayStation one's probably true, but I don't know about Microsoft's.
Well, the PlayStation one, we've been hearing 4K and stuff. That is not interesting to me. I don't have a
Hmm.
4K TV, and I don't care. I'm not planning to get a 4K TV anytime
I
soon.
heard rumors of backwards compatibility for old consoles being built back in, like primarily PS2 and PS1. If they did that, I might be persuaded. I don't know. I already have ways to play those games otherwise, so
Yeah, see, I have ways to play those games that I don't use, so I definitely wouldn't.
okay, good point.
Can you think of any features that you're like, man, if they added this on, like reasonable features that you'd be like, I could see myself shoveling out, and then give me a price. What would you pay for that for some
I'll
features?
be honest, I honestly can't. There's no real features that I'm like, man, I
Yeah,
really wish it had this.
I'm trying to think.
That
So
aren't things like, oh, I wish this had a stable network that didn't go down.
that's true, and that's not consoles
Yeah,
related. The only thing that was jumping to mind for me was like hard drive space, which you can already upgrade.
yeah.
That's the only thing I've kind of run into. Um, there are definitely still some games that take a while to load. Like Just Cause 3 took forever. Quantum Break has some long load times when you're first loading something up.
Hmm.
Um, these ones aren't that loud like the last gen systems were at the beginning. So that's not the biggest issue. Yeah, I don't know. And
I
as
don't know.
someone who doesn't have like a super powerful PC, so I don't even know really what I'm missing out on,
Hmm.
it's like not even really an issue.
The
So,
only thing I could think of would be portability. Like now I can play it on the go, but that would never happen with the
you mean like a
PS4.
screen? They just put a screen on the Xbox.
They've turned it into a GameCube.
Yeah. Yeah, just like those they had I remember seeing those like carrying cases that they would a tiny screen would be in there.
Yeah.
They had them at like EB Games and GameStop.
They still make them. Those are like the Games, GAEMS. I think that's the company name.
Oh, it's the company name that makes them?
Yeah.
They're like games
But
carriers or something?
yeah.
Oh, okay. I mean, I wouldn't mind a slimmer Xbox One because when I do go home for Christmas, like last year when I went home for Christmas, I took my PlayStation 4 because it is half the size and like a quarter of the weight, and it
Yeah.
was like that. I only have one new game I want to play with, and it was Destiny. Whereas on the Xbox, I had Witcher 3 and Assassin's Creed, but I was like, this thing can fit in a backpack and let me put some clothes in there. The Xbox One cannot. And it's got that power brick as well.
Mm.
So I would appreciate a slimmer Xbox One that doesn't use as much power.
Mm-hmm.
That would not make me upgrade though. But
No.
I'm just saying I think those would be good
I
additions.
will say I like slimmer versions of consoles. I like that because that's good for people who want to get into it later on, and it's good for people whose original models have broken down or like need to be replaced. I'm okay with those kind of revisions because there's no change to the internal hardwares. They still work more or less the same. But literally buying a new console that just gives a slight power improvement or like let you slightly better picture on a TV where not all the games can take advantage of it, that's stupid.
So if your original 3DS was fine,
Mm-hmm.
would you have upgraded?
No,
No?
no.
What if they were coming out with more games exclusive to it? What if Hyrule Warriors Legends was an exclusive?
That wouldn't have twisted my arm, but I had already gotten on there anyways.
So yeah, I'm just thinking like
Aren't there only two exclusives right now? Three if you count Binding of Isaac Rebirth.
I think there's three.
Yeah.
Yeah. Xenoblade Chronicles,
Or maybe there
Binding of
are only
Isaac.
two. Maybe there are
No,
only two.
I thought it came out with two, and Binding of Isaac was not one of them. Um, but for the life of me, I cannot remember. I'm
Look
sure
this
someone
up.
in the chat will mention it. Anyway, it would also have to depend just like what games am I missing out on, and at that point, maybe I do like a trade in and upgrade kind of thing or something. I don't know, but we've never really experienced this successfully. It's always been Nintendo, and then yeah, two games work for it, so no one cares. Um, so I guess we'll have to see. And it's also different, like when we compare it to the iPad and the iPhone, or sort like a tablet and phone market. Those are things that I'm carrying around, so making it lighter that's great. Improving the camera, that's great. Making the screen better, that's great. None of those translate to a console. For, lighter, but that's in a different way.
Hmm.
I don't move my console around all the time, whereas this thing is always in my pocket. Battery life, again, like I guess we'll have to see. We'll have to see.
SNES Virtual Console. That was the thing that worked on new 3DS, but not the regular.
I'm pretty sure there was another physical game.
I looked. It really is just Xenoblade.
That's so weird.
Xenoblade and
Okay.
Binding of Isaac.
Someone asked me what did I think about last night's Arrow episode. I haven't watched it yet. I hear it's bad. That show's getting bad.
I mean, that show's been on the air for how many seasons now? It's approaching like Smallville length, isn't it?
Smallville was 9. This is at 4,
It's
so
only at
not
four. I
quite.
thought this was at 6.
No, it's at 4.
Okay, never mind.
So I don't know what you're thinking about. Um, okay, well, I think that's gonna be a show then.
Okay.
Thanks everyone for writing in. Again, if you want to send in questions for next week, hopefully Paul will be back. Topdownperspective@gmail.com.
Oops.
At
Sorry, we did miss one on Twitter. We did miss one on Twitter.
Oh, I didn't even check Twitter. All right, Twitter, what's up?
Keon writes in and says, "What was the worst game you have ever played?"
While we're thinking, speaking of awful games, I watched two people on Polygon play through that entire Anamanaguchi game.
Mm-hmm. It was that bad, huh?
It's just silly weird, and it seems like it's a way just to get the new music. So I'm thinking more publicity stunt now. and I tweeted to their Twitter
Yeah,
accounts back.
so it's got to be stunt.
So people are thinking I'm going to say Hyrule Warriors.
Crazy Bus is a good answer. Crazy Bus is pretty stupid.
Sorry, this is the worst game you played or the stupidest game?
Worst.
Worst game. I'm just trying to think of like a broken game. Because Hyrule Warriors, it's totally functional and it plays. There's got to be something I played on like Steam that was garbage or the. Okay, fine. I'll go with Hyrule Warriors. I can't think of anything. I can't think of anything better.
Crazy Bus is my answer.
Uh, Fantastic Four 2: Rise of the Silver Surfer for the Xbox 360.
There you go.
Top-down perspective at gmail.com, at TDP Podcast, or the Twitter account at TDP Pod, or the Facebook group, Top Down Perspective. What's your game of the week?
Honeycam Studio.
Amazing.
I mean, not much else to compete against.
Prune, I guess. It's Prune. I haven't played enough Stardew Valley to really give it to that.
All right.
All right, we'll be back next week. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in.
Later, everyone.